Well, tomorrow is the 21st of October, 2015. If the date sounds familiar, maybe it's because you watched the movie Back to the Future 2 back in 1989. Yes, it was tomorrow that Marty McFly and Doc travelled to in their Delorean time machine. Who knows, maybe they'll rock up tomorrow in some town called Hill Valley. But it's exciting when a sci-fi future arrives in our lifetime. Personally, I'm waiting for Soylent Green, which is due in only 7 years. But our former presenter colleague, Peter Snow, is excited by everything that Back to the Future tells us about scientific progress and whether we can ever predict what's going to happen.
Ah, about time too. This is a 1981 Back to the Future DeLorean. Up comes the wing. There's my white jacket in there. Let's put this on so I can drive the car with the right gear on. And now here's the most important piece of kit on the car, the Mr. Fusion nuclear reactor. And that is powered by fuel, which is actually old vegetables and garbage, rubbish. Amazing. Inside here is the other vital thing in the car, which is the flux capacitor. Now this flux capacitor is the thing that, when it's powered by the nuclear energy, it pushes the car through the sound barrier. Flux capacitor, yes, flashing away there. Plutonium chamber, yeah, that'll do. Right, here we go. Sorry.
It's Peter Snow. Why can't he just use a folding bike like everyone else?
No power steering on this thing.
This is Thatcher's agreement to take further limited action against South Africa.
The future.
So this is the anniversary of Back to the Future. But by now, if the film was right, we should have had flying cars, hoverboards, and engines powered by rubbish. It hasn't quite turned out like that.
Forecasting technology is, like almost any forecasting, extremely difficult. But it actually is somewhat easier than forecasting society. So, for example, we have forecasts of Arthur C. Clarke, the famous scientist and science fiction writer in the early 1960s, in which Clarke effectively forecasts the internet. He says, we will have computers in all our rooms and they will all be interconnected all the way around the world, which is a pretty amazing forecast.
Woo! That was exciting. Professor, quick, jump in, we've got company. I think we're being chased.
Are we?
Yeah, but we are being chased. Look at that green van. Oh, there's a terrorist in there to go. Now, how exciting is the future for the kind of materials that we use in this car?
I mean, it's extremely exciting because we now have open doors to working on nanomaterials with all the new technology and characterization.
Nanomaterials, explain nano, it's very, very thin material.
Nanomaterials are ultra small materials that you can't see with your eye. What you need to have to power a car like this one, very fast release of energy, and supercapacitors is one of these type of applications. Supercapacitors, there's a lot of hope in nanomaterials because supercapacitors require high surface energy and high surface areas, fast release of energy, and this is what these nanomaterials could potentially deliver.
I can't go 88 miles an hour because the BBC health and safety forbid that. They've managed to fix it so this car will go through the time barrier at 33 miles an hour. So here we go.
Okay.
31, 32, 33, we're off. Matt, how good do you think we are at predicting the future?
I think people are terrible at forecasting the future on the whole. And experts are worse than laymen, actually. If you take a bunch of ordinary people and ask them what economic growth is going to be in the next 5 years, they're usually better than economists.
Are you on the whole optimistic about the way things will go in the future?
things keep turning out an awful lot better than we expect. So, for example, World Bank announced last week that extreme poverty in the world is now down to 10%. It was 60% when I was born. That's an incredible change. We're seeing the most magnificent improvements in human living standards, and that's because of innovation. It's because of technology, but it's also because of changes in the way we live, and there's every reason to think that process is continuing.
A man just dropped this off for you.
Great Scott, why am I meant to play that?
I trust this space will still be here when I get back.
It's got easier to produce the graphics, hasn't it, in the last 25 years. Now you can listen to Peter's series, Peter Snow's Return to the Future, on Radio 4 after the World at 1 for the rest of this week. But that is all we have time for this evening. We will be back to the future tomorrow. Kirsty will be in the chair. Good night.